In this video, I'm going to be talking about the #1 cause of unforced errors for lower level players. So hopefully you find the video helpful. If you do, it'd be awesome if you give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, it also really helps me out if you could do that as well. So when you think about the different causes of unforced errors, there could potentially be a lot of different options, and you might think it's something to do with the shape of your swing path, or potentially lifting your head and not watching the ball through the contact. And yes, those things are going to create difficulties, and they can increase the likelihood that you'll make an unforced error. But the #1 cause of unforced errors by far that I see from lower level players is poor shot selection. It's simply going for a completely inappropriate shot, either at the wrong time or just a shot that you don't have the ability to execute consistently. And I think, one of the big challenges here is we watch tennis on TV, they get a short ball and they just step in and they crush it and they rip it for a winner, and we see that, or lower level players see that, and they go, oh, it's a short ball, I should hit that ball for a winner. But really, that is one of the hardest skills in tennis. It's only once you get to the 5.0 level that players can put away short balls on a consistent basis. And I also think coaching tends to feed into some of the challenges here. If you look at the different YouTube titles and some of the different videos that are out there about how to crush short balls, how to crush high balls, how to hit winners in 3 simple steps, and how to hit Alcaraz's or Sinner's or Djokovic's or whoever's forehands in 5 simple steps, and it creates slightly unrealistic expectations about what's possible. For lower level players, well, consistency is the most important thing at all levels of the game, but for lower level players, it's even more important that you focus on being consistent if you want to win more points, if you want to win more matches. You just have to get the ball back in play one more time than your opponent, and that just starts with simple, sensible shot selection. Most of the time, the correct shot is going to be to go deep cross court. Now, you don't want to aim for the baseline, you don't want to aim for the sideline, you want to be aiming to a big target. And what I mean by big target is maybe 2 meters inside the baseline and 2 meters inside the sideline, and that's going to give you margin for error. If you hit the ball wide by mistake, hopefully it's still going to land in. If you hit the ball long or deep by mistake, hopefully it's still going to land in. And you can very simply work through things tactically and just do that over and over again. If the ball comes to your forehand, try and hit it deep cross court. If the ball comes to your backhand, just try and hit it deep cross court. Now, I know that sounds a little bit boring, but that is how tennis should really be played by most people if they want to win points. The tactics you use are going to be dependent on the shots that you can execute consistently. So really, when it comes to tactics, there is no right or wrong, but your tactics should be based on the shots that you can execute consistently, not the shots that the best players on the planet can execute consistently, not the shots that coaches that have grown up playing tennis their entire lives and have already reached a certain level can execute consistently. It's what can you execute consistently. And if you can get a short ball and rip a forehand for a winner, or at least a very aggressive shot 8 out of 10 times, then go for it. Incorporate that into your tactics. If you can get a backhand on the run and you can rip that down the line, making that shot 8 out of 10 times, and that's fantastic, incorporate it. But if you can't make a shot 8 out of 10 times, then my recommendation would not be to play it, because it's more likely to make you lose the point than to make you win the point. And you really have to kind of work through things logically like that. Look at your matches, be analytical, and try and work out why it is that you're losing. I find so many players, they overly think what kind of amazing shots their opponent's hitting, and so my opponent puts so much pressure on me. If I give them a short ball, they really put it away. But then when you actually watch the video back, that isn't what's happening at all. What's happening is they're just making too many unforced errors by going for the wrong shot. So hopefully that makes sense. I know it sounds a little bit boring, but tennis is a game based on consistency. What you need to do is play consistently and then work on your underlying skills, so that over time you can gradually increase the number of shots that you can execute consistently, which then enables you to implement more tactics. So that means structuring your practice in the right way to address any technical limitations, and often it means improving the way that your body functions if there's some kind of physical thing that's preventing you from doing the technical thing. So if you'd like to learn more about how to address that side of things, I invite you to my next Neuro Tennis Challenge. This is a free 5-day event where you come and join me for an hour a day. On day 1, we go through technique and structure and practice and fixing underlying problems. Then the rest of the week is all about using brain-based training to increase your skill, because once you're more skillful, you'll be able to play better quality shots, which then leads to better tactics. So I'll place a link to that down in the description, or you can go to neurotennis.net/challenge. Any questions or comments about what I've talked about here, leave them down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.